Here we go. It's your boy, that referee that's in the house, jamming it real tight. Yeah, I got pumped up on something else. I wanted to get back to that dough program. Subscribe. Let's get into the context of the show. Uh, Stacey Abrams, that $2 billion. It appears like Doge is putting in that work. I need to go over there to the Doge calculator and see how far we got. Shit, there should be some checks getting ready to be made for April. So, this one, I have a few notes. I'm just winging it. I'm glad a lot of y'all is up this evening. Remember to share this video, subscribe, and hit that like button. So what I'm going to do is to get this show started, fair use. On my behalf, I've been cleaning up around the house today. Hopefully I'll clean up some more tomorrow. And let me see exactly what I wanted to look into. Stacey Abrams, this $20 billion, man. I mean, this is a shock. So let's see what she wanted to say up on this. She wanted to explain some things on it. And is there anything to explain? So let's hear from the horse's mouth first. So I got to hold it right there, okay, y'all? This is Stacey Abrams about to explain what's up with this $2 billion. You know where's my money at? All of a sudden, the Dems want to go green. So it's slash Democrat and Green Party now. Oh, so y'all gonna get into the ocean, the air? Let's see what is really crack-a-lacking going on around in this camp. Okay, and look, notice those hands is ready. That tense educational talk. When you do them hands, you was really like where all that fire was when
Thank you.
they was being told to go out the trunk. And I mean the puppeteers in the background knew exactly who to pick to get out there into the limelight. But one thing I did notice, the governor and the mayor of Atlantic City, she jumped ship. She jumped ship. She was hanging with T.I. and some of the other folks, and they was getting some progress done in Atlantic City. But I'm glad when she made that move that it was very strategic. Family first. So let's get on with this part of the show.
For watching today's video, go ahead and hit that like button, my people.
Like.
Helps us out 1 million, and it only costs you not even one, let's say 1/10 of one, just a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, we've been following this Stacey.
So let's go up here.
Source of this whole program
she and her linked organizations may have by doling out this money to people and having some kind of beneficial results on their life. So let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll come back to see some reaction. The reason people are even asking this question is because they are afraid. They're scared of results. They're afraid of the results that she and her linked organizations may have by doling out this money to people and having some kind of beneficial results on their life. So let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll come back to see some reactions from the Twitterverse.
One of the ironies of the attack on you, and I'm going to play what he did, was that my understanding is that the program at the source of this whole thing is a program to lower costs for people. Do I have that top line correct?
Now, we do all, let me stop right there. We do all want lower utilities, affordable utility bills and weather thing. But out here where I'm at in California, look at where I'm at. I'm having all kind of difficulties with the heating system. This is an old house. I don't see solar. I don't have no solar ceilings. But in the front of where I'm at, they didn't build a couple of 2 bedrooms on the first floor, probably on the top floor too. So, we all want some affordable stuff. But out here, when you have gas leaks and things like that in the mountain, it's another story. Last year, or was it the year after last? Our gas bill building quadrupled. And then they brought it down. And it never been back to where it used to originally be. So let's get on with the story. Because if this is what she was doing, what was going to be the next move after all of this happened? Was going to be one of the moves out here?
You have it absolutely right.
Okay, so I'm gonna play what he had to say, and then I'm gonna ask you to explain what the program is that was such an obvious, ludicrous laugh line for the Republicans there. Take a listen.
$1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Okay, so what is this organization? What is your relation to it, and what does it do?
In 2023 and 2024, I led a program called Vitalizing DeSoto. We worked in a tiny town in South Georgia to demonstrate that by replacing energy inefficient appliances with efficient appliances, you can lower your cost. And in fact,
a tiny town. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about a tiny town. When you're working in the government or county agencies or cities, tiny towns, especially a tiny town, towards a big town or a big city, it's not gobbling up a lot of energy and efficiency and resources as much as the big cities are. So I'm gonna give her a side eye on that one. Okay, y'all? That's a real side. Like all of a sudden you got to experiment and you have no experience in going green. That's the part that cracks me up the most.
we accomplished that. For 75% of the community, they got appliances that are lowering their bills right now. We had one woman who saw her electric bill cut in half from $180 to $98. That's what we delivered. And based on that program, a coalition of organizations, famous organizations, came together and said to the EPA.
Think about it. This is the government. Where's the real receipt? Where's the bill at? Where's the ticket? What lady?
If we can do this here, we can do this for millions more Americans. Let us invest the money of America in lowering the cost for Americans. And the EPA said, okay, great, go for it. And they then granted those dollars to this coalition of organizations who came together, bringing 250.
Did y'all hear what she said? To this coalition organization to bring them together. These sound like some people that getting on the ground to do some other work more than getting together the coalition. Now, be mindful. I stay in the city of LA, Gardena, Torrance, and all these areas. Yeah, there be people knocking on the doors doing Greenpeace stuff. This is what socialization does. That's what they did over there in Long Beach when I had my son and Makai after church playing basketball. I seen this little peaceful team, and I mean these teens, these young adults looked at dude, like they care about the environment of Long Beach. I forgot the name of the organization. I mentioned it once in one of my videos a long time ago. Not that long, but about a year ago. But man, let's hear some more because this is sounding silent.
Years and $100 billion worth of experience to doing this project. What they are angry about is that it's going to work because we know it can work. And in fact, the hypocrisy is that just today, the EPA quietly released funds for one portion of this program, $7 billion, where $100 million of that will go to West Virginia for solar projects. Another $60 million will go to Alaska for solar projects. They know this works. They know it will reduce cost. They are angry about the fact that it is Democrats who know how to serve the American people and lower their prices. They know that they are about to cost Americans money, and that those of us willing to deliver results must be shut down before people notice.
Now think about it. Now all of a sudden this is very important. But for the last 4 years, it should have been like, stop Trump, stop Trump. He think we cheated, this, that, and other. Stop this, stop that. And I know this cannot, and look, share my complexion, and no one never said nothing about the Lift Every Voice bill plan. Lift Every Voice plan for Black Americans. So that's why I'm just side-eyeing this all the way. Let's listen to this other one. Fair use, man. This is like just too much. Man, that sounded so... Man, man, just look at this face, man. I gotta... look at it. This is too crazy. This is too crazy.
Yeah, I just be clear on this. Like the lowest hanging fruit for anything having to do with climate is just efficiency. And
you know, look, eyes closed.
You can weatherize homes. You can.
So now, when you come over here, do you see the chat? That's that chat, right? But now I'm gonna show you the chat of paralegal, so you can see what's in his chat. Let's read the chat. Line again, return our tax money back. And let's go over here. Why are the Democrats suddenly concerned about high prices of eggs, yet silent for 4 years about high prices of gas, home oil, diesel fuel, groceries, and the economy for the last 4 years? And this look like one of she needs to be investigated, indicted, prosecuted, and sent to prison. Let's go over here. We want our tax money back, and Stacey in handcuffs. So you see what this chat is saying. Let's assume for 1 second she's telling the truth. Why is the federal government buying people appliances? Where does the Constitution state all houses will have modern appliances? Furthermore, if her organization is so amazing and honest, wouldn't they welcome Doge reviewing the books and showing off their wisdomness? See, this is what cracks me up. See, it's a lot of questions to be really asked. All of a sudden, all of this goody two-shoes stuff start coming out. When you're supposed to be, this goody two-shoes stuff start coming out. But look, so we're finna go a little further than that. Let me find another one. I probably stayed too long on that one there. I apologize. Now we're gonna hear what this person say, just to make it make sense to you. And this is gonna be fair use. Ready, y'all? Let's get this really cracking now. Do y'all see it? Let's get ready. And I'm gonna start it right here. Right where it say those. Let's really get the party rocking, baby. Is y'all ready?
called the payout extremely disturbing. For more on this, I want to welcome Donna Jackson, a policy analyst for CFACT. Donna, as always, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. So you've described the environmental justice movement as a green grift designed to defraud Americans and raise living costs. What do you make of this latest discovery by Zeldin? I mean, $2 billion to a grant to Stacey Abrams linked climate group. By the way, in 2023, this same group, I know you know this, got only $100.
Yes, I'm so happy that they found it. I've always said that the environmental justice movement was the Black exploitation game, targeted at African Americans, using them as a pretense for the Biden administration to actually help its friends. In the Inflation Reduction Act, there was some $60 billion allocated for environmental justice, none of which will go to any minority communities, and it shouldn't. And all of this just proves what I've always said, and that is they've been using environmental justice funds to pay their activist friends. $60 billion. I want you to think about this. $60 billion is the equivalent of the market capitalization of Ford Motor Company when it was the big three automaker, when it employed 100,000 workers. And what we see is the Biden administration has set aside money to pay off all of its activist friends in the name of Black people. And this is egregious to the American people. I wish we wouldn't say that we had government waste. I wish we would call it what it is. And this is fraud. Government.
Do you hear what you said?
Fraud.
That's what it is. It's fraud. Allegedly, this appears to be fraud. Because here it is. Something they kept behind closed doors. Straight keeping it behind closed doors. Why? Because that much money in the name of Black people, colored folks, low income, straight up because as American people, if we found out that much money was going to that, and you came inside one of our town halls, we would say, no, keep that. Open up some of these buildings, these closed county facilities, and turn them into shelters. Hey, the community, man, $2 billion, man, we would have had so many questions for her. It would have been ridiculous. But now out here in California, with our gas company, we do get some notification. I don't know if anybody got help with their utilities or anything of that nature, or gas, or appliance. They say you can replace things. That's another story. But let's hear the rest of this video here in fair use. And I mean, like, man, this lady cracks me up when she said that, boy. Because it's funny.
She has no authority. She has no experience in anything related to green energy. The only thing she has is that she's done all of these favors in terms of going out and bilking the African American community into voting for Biden, which most people realize, most African Americans now are waking up to. This is egregious because in the name of Black people, where that money can go be so much more helpful, not just for minorities, but for Americans as a whole. And instead, it's going to be just like the BLM movement, buying more mansions for activists, nothing that's going to help the American people. And it's just a grift.
For all our viewers asking.
Well, go over there and check it out. Fair use. Did you hear that, man? That piece was just so hot, man. I had to play it, man, because that piece was just so hot. that's basically how it goes out here. And hopefully next time, dang. So go and look at them videos. When you watch these videos, look down there at the chat. See how the experience of what the community is really, really thinking about, because that's a lot of money. Until then, I'm gonna do another video and we're gonna check the calculator or something, or Jasmine Crockett, because that girl, I want to do one on her next, but let me say some prayers so I can get ready for the language that's gonna come out of that girl's mouth. Ew. Shit, I mean, that girl can all of a sudden turn ratchet. So